Turkey fans are asking one question right now. Can Turkey still qualify? And at first, the answer looks like yes. Beat the USA, hope Australia beat Paraguay, finish with 3 points, maybe sneak into the best third-place table. It sounds possible. It sounds dramatic. It sounds like one last Turkish miracle. Let's build the scenario first. Turkey started this World Cup badly. They lost to Australia, then they lost to Paraguay. 0 points from 2 matches, 0 goals scored. And now, the final game is against the United States. On paper, that sounds almost impossible. But football fans do not give up that quickly, especially Turkish fans. Because if Turkey beat the USA, they reach 3 points. And if Australia beat Paraguay, then Paraguay can also stay on 3 points. That is where the hope begins. Because fans start looking at goal difference. They say, wait, if Paraguay lose badly and Turkey beat the USA, maybe Turkey finish above Paraguay. Maybe Turkey become third in the group. And because this World Cup has 8 best third-place teams going through, maybe Turkey still have one tiny door open. That is the dream. That is the calculation. That is the reason some fans are still checking tables, goal difference, and every possible scoreline. Turkey win. Paraguay lose. Goal difference changes. And suddenly, the last day becomes interesting. But here is where the trap begins. Because there are 2 different tables people are mixing together. The first table is Group D itself. USA, Australia, Paraguay, Turkey. Before Turkey can even think about the best third-place table, they must first become the third-place team in their own group. That is step 1. Only after that can they be compared with third-place teams from other groups. And this is the part many fans are missing. The best third-place table uses points, goal difference, goals scored, and fair play. But that table only matters after the group positions are already decided. So the real question is not, can Turkey have better goal difference than Paraguay? The real question is, can Turkey finish above Paraguay inside Group D? And this is where the rule hurts. Turkey already played Paraguay, and Turkey lost 1-0. So if Turkey and Paraguay finish level on points, that head-to-head result becomes the killer. Paraguay beat Turkey. That means Paraguay have the advantage in the direct comparison. So even if Turkey beat the USA, even if Paraguay lose to Australia, even if the goal difference looks better for Turkey, Turkey still cannot jump Paraguay if the group tiebreaker goes through head-to-head first. That is why this is so brutal. The dream does not die because Turkey cannot beat the USA. The dream does not die because Australia cannot beat Paraguay. The dream dies because Turkey already lost the wrong match. That Paraguay game was not just a defeat. It was the match that closed the door. And this is what makes the final game so painful. Turkey could still play well. Turkey could still beat the USA. Turkey could finally score. They could give their fans something to celebrate. But qualification? That is no longer in their hands. Actually, it is not in anyone's hands. The math looks alive until you check the rule. And once you check the rule, the story changes completely. This is not Turkey's last hope. This is Turkey playing for pride, playing for their shirt, playing for the fans who traveled, playing to avoid leaving the World Cup with nothing. And maybe that is still a powerful story, because sometimes the most emotional matches are not the ones where a team can qualify. Sometimes they are the ones where a team has already lost everything, but still has to show who they are. Turkey came into this World Cup with talent, with passion, with expectations. But 2 games changed everything. Now the final match against the USA is not about the next round. It is about dignity. It is about reaction. It is about making sure the last memory is not just failure. So can Turkey still qualify? The hopeful answer sounds exciting. Beat the USA, hope Paraguay lose, check the goal difference, maybe finish third. But the real answer is much colder. Turkey needed the best third-place race. But first, they needed to be third in Group D. And because Paraguay already beat them head-to-head, that door is closed. That is the rule fans are missing. That is the rule that killed Turkey's last hope. Now, the only thing left is pride. And for Turkish football, that might still matter. If you want simple World Cup stories like this, no complicated pundit talk, no highlights, just football explained from every angle, subscribe to the channel. Because every day at World Cup 2026, there is another story most people are missing.